Hi, I'm Tammy Johnson, and this is the part of the skill for occupied bed making. You've seen on the other skills, me raising the bed and raising the rails, and you can go back and review that if you need to. So right now I'm to the point on bed making that I have raised the rails, lowered the bed rails next to me, put the bath blanket on, and pulled the sheet down. If you have not seen that skill, it's done numerous times on other skills. So we're to that part. So we're making an occupied bed. So I'm going to need to turn the resident, and I'm going to use the shoulder and the hips. Now on this skill, you will only mention that you will use gloves if the sheets are soiled, okay? So let's turn. We turn her, shoulder and hip, lean her up there. Get everything nice and straight because you're going to need this part of the bed to work on. Get the pillow over there. And then the first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and loosen the bedding, if I hadn't already done so, and take this top sheet off. And you could have done that when you put the bath blanket on, and that will go in your hamper. So then I'm going to take the bottom sheet, and I'm going to roll it up, and I'm going to roll it up all the way next to her, and that way I have this whole bed to work on. I'm going to get my fitted sheet and start unfolding it. We don't want to shake, and we want to make sure that the seams are correct. You want to make sure that the seams are on the inside, not touching the patient. So I'm going to take the sheet and I'm going to put it up here, kind of start pushing it here. At any point, if your sheet touches the floor, you will need to get a new one. That happens sometimes, and that's perfectly fine. I want you to see it. So it did. It popped off. It fell off. That may happen to you. Let's just try it again. And if it did touch the ground, though, we would have got a new sheet. So let's try it again. Hopefully this won't happen to you at State, but it does happen because these sheets, we're putting them on a very slicky surface here. I think I've got it this time. So sometimes you don't get these skills exactly right the first time, and that's okay. And this is not a critical step, so even if I did make a mistake on this part, I wouldn't fail. So now I've got that pushed up, and this is the draw sheet. We talked about the draw sheet in the unoccupied bed making skill, if you want to go back and look at it, but I'm going to recap here just a little bit. There's a side that is folded over, and that is called the closed side, and there's a side that's open, and that's the open side. So we're going to turn this around. I'm going to gather it like this, and this is called fan folding. Just kind of do a little accordion there, and then unfold it and get your wrinkles out. Now I'm going to tuck this in, and we always tuck any of the sheets in with our palms up so that the bed frame won't cut our knuckles and get our ring caught on it. At this point in your skill book, it wants you to put the side rails up and go to the other side and put the side rail down. I am very afraid that if you do that, the mannequin will fall out. So I'm going to go ahead and turn her flat, using her shoulder and her hip, keeping her covered up, making sure she's comfortable. Then I'm going to put the side rail up, and then I'll go to the other side and put the side rail down, and it's your critical step, and you don't have to worry about the mannequin falling into the floor. And so I'm going to go under here. I'm going to turn her shoulder and hip, just like I did, exactly like I did on the other side. Make sure your pillow's over there. And I'm going to remove, if there is a draw sheet, I will remove it separately. And then I'm going to remove the bottom sheet, always rolling it away from you. and that will go into your hamper. Then I'm gonna pull the clean sheet through, and the draw sheet. If you have enough length on the draw sheet, after you get your wrinkles out, go ahead and tuck that in. Remember, palms up. And then shoulder and hip. Be sure that when you're laying the mannequin or the resident down in any of these skills, that you don't lay them on the bath blanket. It will get them all wrapped up and you will have trouble taking it off. So lower her. You see she's wrapped up here just a little bit, so I'm just gonna lift her leg up and get that fixed. And then I'm gonna put the side rail up because that's a critical step. I'm gonna go to the other side and I'm gonna put my side rail down and I'm going to get the flat sheet. Now, don't let that touch. Try not to let it touch you much. Don't let it touch the floor, and just take your time and start unfolding it, because what you're looking for is the seams. If there's a tag, and there is on this one, so we're gonna kind of make sure that it goes to the bottom, and then just start unfolding. And actually, I'm gonna show you on that seam and where that tag is, that is a rough side. So I want that facing up. So actually, you will see the tag on the outside. And just take your time. It takes a little bit because you can't shake, like I mentioned several times. And just, you want it loose so that you can get that bath blanket out. And we can tighten it up and straighten it up in just a little bit. Now, you take the sheet. Sometimes I just hold it, but sometimes I'll just tuck it under the shoulders so I don't have to fight it. But I always kind of put my hand here, and that will keep everything covered and be able to pull that bath blanket down, because you're going to pull that bath blanket all the way down, and then you're going to roll it and take it out. So I'm going to kind of show you what I'm doing here. I'm going to roll that, and I'll put that in the hamper. And now I can work on getting my sheet looking nice. Try not to worry about that side till you get on that side of the bed. So let me make sure I've got this straight. There we go. I'm going to make this side look kind of nice, and then I'll work on that side. Now I want you to take the sheet and lay it over the end of the bed. This is just a good way to learn this. If your sheet is super long, and this one is, I sometimes will fold it over like that so that I won't have a lot of sheet at the bottom. So it's over the end of the bed, and I'm going to lift this bed up just a little bit with my hand, with the palm down, and I'm gonna pull it, and when I get it under, I'll tug it just a little bit, bring it out to the side, find the ankles, and come all the way down here. I want to make sure you can see this on the video. I don't want you grabbing in the middle. I want you to grab all the way down here, and it makes a really nice point. Actually, how to do this is in your textbook also. I'm going to tuck in this little piece that's hanging down, and then I'll fold it over, and it'll make a nice mitered corner. And you'll see it a little bit better on that side. So I need to go to the other side. This is what can happen sometimes. You want to get over there and finish, but you need to put your side rails up because you're leaving the bed with the bed up. And then I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to put the side rails down. And that's going to go over there. I'm going to lift the bed up just a little bit. I'm going to pull it nice and tight. I'm going to go down all the way down here to where her ankles would be. Tuck this a little bit in, fold this over, and you have this nice mitered corner, hospital corner, military corner. If any of you guys are in the military, I know you know how to do this. And while I'm over here, I'll do a little bit more straightening, but on my final round, I'll make it look really nice. Raise the rails, Now also, because this is really tight on these toes, or your rails, you need to just give them a little toe room, and that's called a toe pleat. Now, we want to talk about the pillow. I don't want to get the pillow right now because I'd be tempted to put it somewhere. So what I'm going to do is get the pillow, open it up, pillowcase. It clean can touch clean. Open. Put your pillow in. Just a little shake, not much. Fold it over, away from the opening of the door.